Hello everyone. Hope all of you are awesome. Hope all of you are bhalo. Bhalo in Bengali means good. So now I will not waste any time. This is the second session of security. So in the first session we have talked about certain military exercises, some other stuff, right? So we'll keep on discussing some more military exercises. After that, we'll discuss some more military exercises. After that, what we will try to do is we'll try to talk about prison reforms. Because believe it or not, this is a very hot topic for both prelims as well as mains. So we'll try to talk about prison reforms, and if time permits, we will also what do you say, talk about victim impact statement. And there are certain cases associated with it. And again, these things are in news, so that's why these are important. Prison reforms always remains in news. So let's not waste any time. Let's start. So the first thing first is India-Singapore naval exercise. Remember one thing: it's a naval exercise, right? So when India and Singapore Navy are involved, the exercise is called SIMBEX. And initially it was not a naval exercise as a whole. It was a basic anti-submarine warfare (ASW) exercise, which started in 1994. Now this is a naval exercise. If somebody asks you what is the India-Singapore military exercise, see, when we are reading something, let's read it in entirety, right? So let's not leave the military portion out of it. So the military exercise of India Singapore is called Bold Kurukshetra, if I'm not wrong. We can check it. I will just check it. So yes, so naval exercise is called Simbex, but Bold Kurukshetra is the India Singapore military exercise. So as you can see here, see Bold Kurukshetra, this is Bold Kurukshetra 2019 India Singapore. Now let's see certain figures, let's see certain images too, so that what happens, as we have discussed earlier, if you see certain images, these things remains etched in your memory for a longer time. So as you can see here, Simbex 2019 what do you say, maritime bilateral exercise between India and Singapore, and all these things. We have a good relationship with Singapore. Changi Naval Base and all those things were in news. So do give a read about what is Changi Naval Base, what is happening there. So first of all, Simbex 2019 maritime bilateral exercise between India and Singapore Navy. And when we are talking about Bold Kurukshetra, what is Bold Kurukshetra? It is an India and Singapore military exercise where militaries are involved. So if you can see, this is a Bold Kurukshetra, which is a India Singapore military exercise. All these different pictures which you are seeing, it is a Bold Kurukshetra. So military, when military involved, Bold Kurukshetra; when navy involved, Simbex. Now let's again go back uh, to the notes and let's read some more exercise. So we have done this. We have done India Singapore naval exercise. Now let's talk about something else. We'll continue the what do you say, military exercises, and then we'll come on to other areas. Now, we have earlier in the previous, that is session one, we have talked about this. We have talked about US. We have talked about the three exercises of US. So when Air Force is involved, it is called XCOP India. When military is involved, we are talking about US here. When military is involved, that is called Yuddha Abhyas, right? And when Navy is involved, that is Malabar exercise. Now the news is right now is India, Japan, and US are set to elevate bilateral COP India or XCOP India, which is an Air Force exercise between India and US, into a trilateral format. So Japan also wants to get involved in it. So we have already discussed this in the previous session, so we won't discuss it any further. Now let's discuss India and China exercise or army or military exercise. That is called hand in hand. It's very funny. We always have loggerheads with China, but we do have these exercises also. So India and China is resuming or will resume joint army exercise hand in hand in December in China's Chengdu region. So it is about 2018. In 2019, they had this exercise again in Meghalaya. In 2019 also, pardon my handwriting, nobody likes it. So in 2019, it happened in Meghalaya. So remember, hand-in-hand exercise, it's India-China military exercise. So let's see certain figures again associated with this exercise. So we have done Bold Kurukshetra, we know it is India-Singapore military exercise. Now let's talk about hand-in-hand exercise. So hand-in-hand exercise, it happened in Meghalaya in 2019 also. In 2018, it happened in China, Chengdu region. In 2019, it happened in Meghalaya between December 7 to December 20 of 1919. Of 2019, right, with a theme against terrorism. We don't need to go that deep into detail, just need to remember that this is hand in hand, and hand in hand is India-China military exercise. Cool. Now let's talk about something else. Let's talk about other military exercises. So we have done India-China, India and France. Again, in the previous session, we have talked about India-US. We have talked about India-US means exercises in Army, Navy, and Air Force. Similarly, we have talked about India-Russia also, Virendra and Indra. Now we'll talk about India and France. So they hold bilateral exercises in individual services. So in Army, when India and France are holding exercises, it is called Shakti. Shakti. There was a movie Shakti. There is a goddess Shakti. There is a movie Shakti in which there is a very great song of Shah Rukh Khan. One of the best dance you will ever see of Shah Rukh Khan. Go and watch that movie. Aishwarya Rai is also there in it. Again, we are getting deviated from the topic. I don't know why I said that. So Shakti. So army. So when India and France army are involved, the exercise is called Shakti. When India and France navy is involved, it is called Varun, right? And when air force is involved, it's called Garud. Garud is eagle. So Varun, Garud, and Shakti. Shakti Army, Varun Navy, and Garud Air Force, and this is India and France. Apart from all these things, India also has logistic access to France military base at Reunion Island. It's a French overseas territory, which is near Madagascar. We'll just see where is Reunion Island. Right. So Reunion Island, Djibouti, and Abu Dhabi. Let's see where is Reunion Island. So it's near Madagascar. It's adjacent to Madagascar. Adjacent doesn't mean it touches Madagascar. There's a sea which separates them, but yes, it's a small island, French overseas territory. And apart from that, in IR, I guess, in previous sessions, we have talked about New Caledonia and all those stuff. So these territories, whatever territories are in news, they become important from UPSC perspective. So let's see this. And let me just open this particular thing. So again, there are different names like Department 974 and all those stuff. But what you have to understand is this particular region, which Wikipedia is stating right now here, this one, this is your Reunion Island. This particular thing is your Reunion Island. So this thing, again, the security portion is overlapping with IR and geography portion. Cool, dude. Now let's cross it and let's go back. And let's see what else. Now see, Wikipedia is saying that it is an overseas department and region of French Republic. And see, it is written Reunion here. Sometimes it is given some other name, Saint Denis and all those stuff. So again, don't need to worry about those things. We know what it is now. See, time and again, you will realize that prelims is more about width. It's more about width rather than depth. In depth, you can go in mains as much as you want, but here you need to focus on width. Cover as many dimensions, as many things as possible. And keeping UPSC PYQ in mind, because here we have to, what do you say? We are here to clear an exam, not to do PhD in any particular subject. Right, so that's it. And India, France, we have seen Shakti, Varun, Garud. Let's talk about some other exercises and let's complete it fast because then we have to move on to prison reforms. India, US bilateral exercise and all these things we have already done. Let's move on. Now, Operation Sunrise. This is a very important news again because see here you cannot bluff in these operations. If you know it, you know it. If you don't, you don't. Right. So Operation Sunrise, what was it? It was Indian. So India and Myanmar forces, they were involved in joint operation against Arakan Army and NSCN-K. Now, what is NSCN? National Socialist Council of Nagaland. So they have two factions. One is Khaplang, another is called Isak Movaya. IM. NSCN-K, that is National Socialist Council of Nagaland, Khaplang, and National Socialist Council of Nagaland, Isak Movaya. So there are two different factions. So and these factions, they talk about Greater Nagaland and all those things. Again, we'll talk about these things in detail when we will talk about Greater Nagaland. Right now, what you have to understand is this Operation Sunrise is a India-Myanmar joint operation against Arakan Army and NSCN-K, which is threatening Kaladan project. The Kaladan project is talking about joining Sitwe port to India's Kolkata port and all those things. So that multi-model project, and India is always very notoriously famous for delaying a project. So to not delay it further, to not delay this Kaladan multi-model project further, Sitwe in Myanmar to More in Manipur. So that is the basic thing about Kaladan project. It will reduce, over reliance on Bangladesh, and it will help in the connectivity or in the better connectivity of Northeast region. So again, Operation Sunrise, India and Myanmar forces joint operation against Arakan Army and NSCN-K. And let's see whether we have any proper images of that or not. So Reunion we have done. Operation Sunrise we are trying to see. Hopefully it will open. So you can see certain news, India and Myanmar joint operation, Aaj Tak Ka Sabse Bada Sanyukt Abhiyan and all those stuff they're saying. Surgical strike operation. Surgical strike has become very famous. And then there was Operation Sunrise 2 also. Again, don't go into too much of jingoism and all those stuff. Just focus on clearing exam, focus on the facts. Sitwe Port, you can see here, they are saying, and there's also news about Operation Sunrise 2 and all those stuff. So again, that's it. Let's not waste time. So we now know Operation Sunrise is India and Myanmar joint operation. We'll talk about some other areas. Let's see what are the military exercises which are left. AF Index 2019 or AF Index anything. year will keep on changing. AF is for African countries. So Indian Army and armies of 17 African nations. So that military exercise is called AF Index 19. Sampriti is the 8th edition of joint military exercise between India and Bangladesh Army. So, and there are two kinds of things. Remember one thing, we'll talk about right now only. See here, Sampriti 2019 is 8th edition of joint military exercise between India and Bangladesh Army. There's also something called Manamati Matri. Generally, when we see Matri, now we think it's a Thailand exercise, because there is an exercise which is Matri, which we have again discussed in the previous session. It is a India-Thailand military exercise. But Manamati Matri is not about India-Thailand. It's about India and Bangladesh. And specifically, if we talk about in a more precise manner, Manamati Matri exercises between BSF, that is Border Security Force of our country, and Border Guards Bangladesh at Tripura Bangladesh border. I have been in Tripura, so I know like it's pretty. If you see, major portion of Tripura is bordering Bangladesh. So this BSF and Border Guards Bangladesh, it is there at Tripura Bangladesh border, and the exercise which they conduct, it's called Manamati Matri exercise. So don't get it confused or don't mix it with the Matri exercise of India Thailand. So Sampriti 2019 or Sampriti is a joint military exercise between India Bangladesh. Manamati Matri is a specific exercise between BSF and Border Guards Bangladesh. Matri we have already done, that it is India Thailand. But before we go to Matri, let's see certain India Bangladesh exercise. So Operation Sunrise we have done. Sorry. Sampriti we will see just now. Sampriti is a famous exercise. Surya Kiran, all these exercises try to remember what is Surya Kiran, which countries conduct Surya Kiran. Surya Kiran I have already discussed in the previous session. So this is India Bangladesh exercise Sampriti, which is happening between India and Bangladesh, concluded Umroi. So all these figures are associated with India Bangladesh Sampriti exercise. Now let's move on. So Maitri we have already done. India Thailand Bold Kurukshetra we have just done. That India Singapore military exercise is Bold Kurukshetra, and India Singapore naval exercise is Simbex. And there is another exercise between India and Vietnam, which is called People's Navy Bilateral Exercise, INVPN Bilat X, which is the second edition of bilateral maritime exercise between India and Vietnam's Navy. So that's it. We don't need to do too much PhD here. So military exercises we have done. Shall we discuss prison reforms today? Shall we or shall not we? We can have a brief overview and we can discuss. Yes, let's discuss here. Let's not waste any time. Let's discuss prison reform today only. So prison reform is very important, and make a note of it for mains also. Now here they can ask you different questions. What are the questions? Like Mullah Committee or Justice A. N. Mullah Committee is related to what? It is related to prison reform, political reform, transparency in political funding, etc., etc. What you have to remember is Justice A. N. Mullah Committee, Justice Krishna Iyer Committee on Women Prisoners, they are associated with prison reforms. And there is Hammurabi Code, which is no longer acceptable. Now, Hammurabi code calls for, and it's a ancient code, Hammurabi Code. So which says an eye for an eye. If you take one eye of mine, I will take one eye of yours. So all these committees, Mullah Committee, Krishna Iyer Committee, they are saying that this Hammurabi Code is no longer acceptable. If you want to read more about Hammurabi Code, you can just do a simple Google search. You will see this. Manamati Matri, we have just seen India, and Hammurabi Code. See, hopefully you people are able to see it. It's a well preserved Babylonian code of law of ancient Mesopotamia, dated to about 1754 BC. And again, we don't need to remember all those stuff. What you have to understand is they are saying an eye for an eye. If you take one eye of mine, I will take one eye of for your. Means if you take one eye of mine, I will take one eye of yours. So you have heard this, na? An eye for an eye will make the whole world blind. So this an eye for an eye has come from this Hammurabi Code. If a man break the bone of one of his equals, his own bone would be broken in return. So it's like retaliation, equal kind of retaliation. So again, so they are saying Mullah Committee, Krishna Iyer Committee, they are saying that this is no longer acceptable, this Hammurabi Code. And remember, we are talking about prison reform right now. Average occupancy rate of prisons in India is around 114%. And it's average. In some, it is around 200% also. And what does it mean? That if there is a space for 100 prisoners, 114 prisoners are staying there. And about 67% of the total inmates are under trials, who does not have the money to get bail and all those stuff. So poverty has its repercussions in different ways, in more ways than one, right? And here there was also news regarding this COVID, that because the average occupancy rate is so high in prisons, so that's why they're releasing prisoners, because then they will have there's a very high probability of them catching COVID, right? So now again, let's talk about certain things which are important from prelims perspective. Now, right to return to one's home country is assured under Article 12.4 of 12 Clause 4 of International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights. Here, what is important from what is the prelims point of view is this particular line. What does it say is that India legislated its Repatriation of Prisoners Act in 2003, which came into force in 2004. So they can ask you, Repatriation of Prisoners Act was passed in this year or that year, it came into force in that particular year, or India has not yet passed Repatriation of Prisoners Act. So you have to remember that yes, India has legislated its Repatriation of Prisoners Act, and it also came into force on January 1, 2004. But the implementation part is very sorry. Very few countries send Indian prisoners to our country, like if they are caught in other countries. You must have seen the cases of like there are many cases, Vijay Mallya, lots of cases. So repatriation is not that easy. Jail manual, there was a model jail manual which was released by Home Ministry in 2016. Now, one more thing which is very important from Prince's perspective here is we'll talk about prison reforms in detail when we are talking about GS3, a very important topic. So there is an under revised UN rules. This is called Nelson Mandela rules. They can here also ask you, Nelson Mandela rule is associated with, again, same economy, polity, social reforms, prison. So Nelson Mandela rule is related to prison reforms. So what they are saying, and this is under these revised UN rules, they are now known as Nelson Mandela rules. And remember one thing, Nelson Mandela is also called Madiba. So healthcare, what these rules are saying is that healthcare for prisoners is a state responsibility, entitled to, and they are entitled to same standards of healthcare as the rest of us in the community. So that's it. We'll keep until here only, revise all those things which we have done. We have done many military exercises. Most of the military exercises have been done in the session 1 and session 2. Very low probability that anything outside of these military exercises will come in exam. And we have also talked about prison reforms. We'll talk about it in detail in mains notes and all those stuff. So that's it. Stay safe and keep on studying hard. Thank you.